Pen Reviews Vacation Edition. We are on a trip and enjoying our time away, but I wanted to share with you one of the pens that I brought in the bag. You know, only a few pens made it into that laptop case, and this is one of them, the Pen BBS 491. It is a great demonstrator pen, a very affordable demonstrator from Pen BBS. So I'm going to share with you what I like about it, what I think's cool about it, what I don't like about it, and then we'll see how does this pen write. Let's flip that camera and find out. Okay, so this is the Pen BBS 491, and it is, as you can see, a demonstrator pen, especially in what they call clear glass acrylic. Really nice clear acrylic that makes this a great demonstrator pen, a wonderful eyedropper pen. It comes to a conical point here at the finial at the top and at the bottom of the barrel, as you can see. Just a nice pen. You can get it in other colors. You can get it in other acrylics as they come out on, I don't know what's available right now on Pen BBS, but they have different types available at different times, and that's just kind of the fun. There's a thrill of the chase with Pen BBS pens because they put them out in batches, and so not everything's available all the time. That can be frustrating when you get your heart set on a particular resin or acrylic, but that's just kind of the thrill of the hunt. As you can see through the cap, it has that always good, in my experience, Pen BBS fine nib, and this one writes as well as the others that I've gotten. Really good nib, plastic feed like almost everybody else, and included converter. I don't even have to take this pen apart. Is that not awesome? I will tell you. How would I know? We'll have to do it this end to count how many times that comes off. So let's see here. One. Oh, wow. Just over one? Is that right? Yes, just one turn. For some of you, that's going to be a great selling point, I guess. We'll put that in the pro list instead of the con list. One. Nice threads, and let's go ahead and look at that section while I'm messing around with the cap. Comfortable section. It's very similar to other Pen BBS pens if you have some already, and just a good, it's not too thin, not too small, not too short. Those threads are fairly fine, and no, they're not uncomfortable at all. You can indeed eyedropper this. Let me go ahead and take that off. It takes a lot more than one turn. A little bit of a stiffness, but there's a good reason for that. You have a lot of threads, and a lot of threads. You have a silicone O-ring, and that makes this, it was made to be eyedroppered, and that makes it a great eyedropper pen. I just didn't do it because I was using an ink sample, and I didn't want to put it all in there. Boy, the likelihood of this leaking is not very high. However, somebody might want to go back and count those. It took me, you'll have to start back last Thursday. Anyway, I've now lost count of my thoughts. I have no idea where I was thinking about all those turns of the barrel. But it is a great pen. And one other con for some people is that it definitely is without any sort of roll stop, and the wow. Sorry, I have equipment here falling over as well. The desk here is far from level, and so if that's an issue for you, I think, and I'll try to find this and include it when I edit this. I'll see if I can put a note here about it. I believe that you can, for this model, get an aftermarket roll stop or clip. I think they make some decorative ones. Now, I like it simple like this. I keep it in my laptop case or in a pen case, and so it's just not an issue. But yeah, there you go. That would probably for me be the only real con, is if you have trouble with pens rolling off your desk. It's going by faster than the traffic on I-10 today. Okay, let's flip that camera one more time. Let's see how this pen writes. In case you've forgotten the number by now, this is a Pen BBS 491. And this is Robert Oster. Fire and Ice. Okay. Very, very smooth. I really do like this nib. I'm going to be quiet and write just a little bit. Okay, so you kind of get the idea on that, right? Really does write. So you kind of get the idea there. Really just a smooth nib. Now you're not going to get much line variation. Not really made for that. It's going to be the same pretty much. A little bit there, I guess. If you try to push it, let's just see what happens. This is normal, like no pressure whatsoever. I would say that's normal, medium, and a lot. And you can see there ain't much there. But that's okay. That's not what this is really made for. I'm not going to push it too hard. I don't like to mess my nibs up, and this one writes so well. Really would not want to do that. But really, a great pen. Ink flow is excellent. I'm just going to do some quick gibberish because if I write this fast, you won't be able to read it anyway. Just keeps up. Great flow. I lifted my hand a couple of places, but that just is excellent. I'm convinced that there's probably going to be a tin hat conspiracy someday on these gibberish quick writing tests, and someone will make a new language out of that. But anyway, pen writes really, really well. Great ink, by the way, too. Love the shading on Fire and Ice. Really, really good ink. So do I recommend this pen? I absolutely do. Because the only caveats I have on this pen are the lack of a roll stop, which, again, you can remedy that if you want to. Now, I like this pen just in its clean design, so I'm going to put up with putting it somewhere where it doesn't roll around like that. See how easy that was? But do I like the pen? Absolutely. That nib is worth the price of the pen. You can swap it. You can put in a calligraphy nib if you want to. You can put in a Fude nib if you want to. The possibilities for a number 6 nib to go into this pen are as broad as you want them to be. So this is a great pen for that. For testing inks, this is a wonderful demonstrator, and it's an eyedropper. I could have poured the whole sample of this and it would have only come up to about here. So the capacity in this pen for a lot of ink, awesome. It's made very well for that purpose as well, with both an O-ring and lots of good threads. You saw that already. So that's in the pro list of reasons to get this pen. The only con I have is that it'll roll off the desk. So just be careful where you put it. Other than that, I have no cons for this pen. For my taste, your mileage may vary. There may be things that you don't like about it, but for me, it ticks an awful lot of boxes, and it does that for a price that is at best half, and usually somewhere between a third and half of the price of, say, a Lamy Safari. So really an excellent bargain pen. So I don't know what you're waiting for. I'm really glad that you stuck with the video this far, and now you need to go get you one of these pens, I think. That would be my recommendation. It's really just a great pen. I hope